Previously, in the Shattered Lands. Exhausted and wounded after their harrowing battle with the Sliver of Malik, the adventurers decided to rest before returning to camp. The night passed uneventfully, and they made their way down out of the hills toward their camp. The adventurers were laden with treasure and moving a bit more slowly than normal, and despite their victory, a strange foreboding had settled over them all. Around midday, the party came upon a pair of ogres on the trail, and battle was joined. While a tough fight, the heroes ultimately prevailed, laying their enemies low. They didn't linger long, hurrying on down the trail. It was a mark of their urgency that they didn't tarry, or even wonder much at the monster's presence. Meanwhile, back at camp, a band of orcs attacked. A desperate battle ensued, and while Vrixis immolated several orcs, young Clay was laid low, as was Arnold the Drover. Thinking them dead, the dragon and Copper the Thief, along with the warhorse Haste, fought on bleakly. As luck would have it, a grim figure appeared from the gloom of the woods. A tall man in leathers, flanked by a pair of wolves, joined the fray, attacking the orcs. With this newcomer's aid, the day was won, though the cost was dear, as the young squire lay at death's door. The man revealed himself as Wolf, a bounty hunter who was tracking an orc war chief known as Skordag Skullsplinter. Wolf had been following these orcs, hoping they would lead him to Skordag, but intervened when he saw the camp was in trouble. Unsure how to proceed, Copper and Vrixis waited for the return of the adventurers, who showed up several hours later. That evening, the heroes returned to find the situation in camp was dire. They saw to their fallen, Arnold being healed and brought back to consciousness, but Clay was in far worse condition. Brother Bertram told the others that the squire would need to be taken back to the temple. Meanwhile, the druid and the wizard conversed with the bounty hunter. Aelwyn was enthralled with the wolves, who clearly were with Wolf of their own free will and were bonded. The bounty hunter, for his part, spoke long with Selvus, having heard of the Seeker's exploits in exposing and bringing down a heinous cult in the city of Southcote. The bounty hunter revealed that he intended to go into Fartham and seek his quarry. He asked that the adventurers inform his comrades, known as the Pack, of the situation. The heroes agreed, grateful for Wolf's intervention on their camp's behalf. As night drew on, Sir Venric informed the others of his intention to take his squire to the temple for treatment. The others agreed as well, knowing they had treasure to spend. An agreement was made to hire guards for the camp, so it wouldn't face such jeopardy in the future. The group talked long into the night about their plans, and Wolf proved to be good company, as did his animal companions. The next morning, they bid their farewell to the bounty hunter, promising to let his allies know his whereabouts. The adventurers made the trek back to the Temple of the Argent Lord without incident, worried for Clay's fate, and ready to reveal what they'd learned so far. Welcome back.
Good to be here.
You have returned to the temple. Give you guys a minute to reacclimate. There we go. Let's find my calendar. There we go. It is, laden with loot. You make your way back. It is Wednesday, the 17th, as you arrive back at the temple. It's been a long journey, but you were not attacked on the road. The weather is lightly cloudy. It's fairly cold, but a clear day as you make your way up to the temple. It seems a bit crowded, a few more people about than normal, but as Bertram could tell you, if he were inclined, the temple will go through different times when people are traveling, especially into or out of the Lonely Valley, fall being one of those times because people are essentially the passes north start to close a bit, make it a bit harder to travel through winter. You make your way to the gates of the temple, unless, well, you guys know your way to the stables, of course. You may want to go there first. I'll let you all decide, talk amongst yourselves.
Brother Bertram, you're driving the wagon.
Yes, so I think we should make for the stables first so we can get our horses taken care of.
We will do that.
All right. You head to the stables then, and find the stable boys ready and able. They take care. Excuse me. Trying not to cough in everybody's ear tonight. Battling sicknesses. You find the stable boys ready. They help you unhitch the horses from the wagon, help you find, places for your horses. It's pretty crowded in the stable. Again, there's a lot of traffic moving around, a lot more people. But again, Bertram can let you know this is pretty normal, or he would know that.
This is pretty normal for this time of year. People want to get moving, or maybe they think they need to seek the light a little bit more before they get moving. It ebbs and flows.
Interesting.
All right. You make your way to the temple.
Yeah, if we get our horses all stabled up.
Make sure the mounts are all good and secure.
Yep. You tend to the mounts. They're comfortable, and being fed. They're weary. They, from the journey, as well as you all are. And you make your way on into the temple. You come into the foyer. Place seems to be pretty busy, bustling. What is my party doing?
Benric will look to Brother Bertram. Brother Bertram, where is a good place that we can bring clay for healing and rest?
Let us go seek Father Gedwin. He's the best at healing that we have. I mean, he would know the accommodation, so let's seek him out.
All right. You make your way through the main sanctuary and actually find Father Gedwin in the sanctuary as he is readying for the evening services. He is in there talking to Fiona, the head acolyte for the clergy, and as you both enter, they kind of turn. Gedwin says, Bertram, you've returned. Excellent. And you all seem well.
Yes, we're not finished. We have to go back out, but we've run into some good leads and some trouble. We've got some people need healing. Squire Clay was gravely wounded.
Of course. Where is the lad?
Motion to Venric.
God, Venric at this point would be holding Clay.
All right. He motions you to carry him on inside, and he takes you into the barracks, the men's barracks, which is up there in the upper right, and has you lay him on a bed that's open and free. And you guys have stayed in this room before. He sends Fiona to fetch some water. This was well done, this healing, Bertram. Looks like he's taken a pretty serious wound. I forget, Venric, where was Clay's wound at?
It was his left leg.
It's a nasty wound. A bit higher, and, well, might be having a funeral instead of this. But it was well that you got to him when you did. He's going to be all right, Sir Venric. Trust me, the lad he'll be good.
Thank you.
And you see Fiona come in, and she, as she kind of comes in, she's just, hello, good to see you all. Excuse me. She kind of comes in. She has towels. You see Gedwin is bathing the wound and taking care of things, and he also begins to put another poultice on. But this one, you notice, is one, it's got some different herbs and some different things. He kind of looks over at Bertram. He says, this is for long-term care. This is something I may teach you in the future, should it be, but this one takes a bit longer. He'll be fine in a few days. He'll be up and around, probably tomorrow, but he won't be up and moving for a bit. But he'll be well.
Thank you.
But you must be exhausted. Perhaps later after service, we can talk.
Yes, after service, when we have a moment to speak, there's a few things we need to discuss.
Excellent. Well, the evening meal should be ready soon. I'm sure you're hungry.
Yeah, I am somewhat. The rest of you, are you hungry?
Oh, I could eat.
I could eat as well.
Well, please make use of the washrooms. As you know, Elwyn, upstairs is the women's quarters. But if there's nothing else for now, I'll see to the young man's. And again, Elwyn, this is the upper quarters. You know, again, it's very similarly laid out, but this is essentially women only allowed upstairs. Assuming you all do give him that space, he tells you, please get cleaned up, grab a bunk, and we'll speak tonight.
Bertram will go and get cleaned up.
Yep, Henry will tag along with Brother Bertram.
This is going to feel good. Really good.
Still, will be going and getting himself prepared as well.
All right. Everybody makes their way through. You clean up. Hot water feels good. Change of clothes. And then you leave your other clothes with acolytes to be laundered. And you kind of, not for the first time, realize what a boon it is to have a place like the temple where these things are just kind of handled as guests of the temple. And you prepare yourself for the evening meal. As you can see in the bottom left is the kitchens. Large tables down there with fireplaces. Kind of make your way there. The meal is hearty, excellent. It's roast boar with fresh greens and corn. And it's, again, very good to have a home-cooked meal. Arnold did all right as a drover, but it was mostly stews and, hardtack. And so it's nice to have a good home-cooked meal.
Yeah. I don't miss Arnold's cooking, or lack thereof.
Well, I appreciate it for what it was, but let's say this is nice.
Unfortunately, traveling food, from what I've found over my years, is traveling food is never the greatest.
Well, I don't know. You're right, but if we hire some folks for back at camp, maybe we could fix some of that, or make it better.
Fair point. Depends on which cuisine style, which you're going for in particular.
Hot and plentiful.
So dwarven then.
Is that dwarven?
It would sound. I mean, that would seem to be more. I mean, am I wrong, Elwyn? Is that not what? Does that sound more? Whereas for the elves, it would seem more. I don't know.
I can't say. I don't know that I've ever had dwarven food.
Soups and salads.
Have you been? Yeah, elves, they eat soups and salads. That does seem right.
Endless soups and salads.
And fruit. I heard lots of fruit.
The elves of the endless soups and salad wheel.
Gardens filled with olives. Not sponsored.
Let's
Have you spent time with dwarves then?
No, I just kind of was saying it more out of curiosity than anything. I haven't really tried that many different cuisines, to be completely honest.
I see. I guess I'd assumed you were more well traveled.
I am, but you have to understand, dwarves are much more secretive. They're harder to get in with. I mean, think about it. We haven't come across one friendly one in our travels.
I look around. Are like the dwarf and the woman we're supposed to be looking out for? Are they in the hall right now?
Good question.
As a matter of fact, you do see a couple seated over in a corner where they're not seated at a table. They've just essentially grabbed a couple of chairs, stools really, and they've pulled themselves over. And you see seated over in the corner, let me hold on a second, a pair that looks like this.
Ew, Look at that axe.
The dwarf in question is a savage-looking warrior. He's wearing what looks like an assortment of leather, chain, and plate, but it's not like full plate mail or anything. It's kind of banded in different parts across his body. His shield is like a large slab, and the axe is clearly a dwarven axe, but it has seen much use and bears sinister stains upon it. He's as wide as he is tall, squat, muscular, and his helmet is kind of sitting next to him atop a pack, but it's got like tusks just like that and everything. The woman next to him is pretty stunning looking, and she's wearing these flowing robes that are cut, and she's got what looks like a cloak to the side, but in the heat of the dining room, her clothing is pretty revealing. You see more than one servant or warrior that passes kind of notice her, but she is not really paying much attention to anyone else. She chatters on, murmurs, it looks like, to the dwarf who's he's kind of leaned over his plate, not saying much, just eating. You see the dwarf himself is bald, and he's got a long braided beard, and his eyes kind of constantly scan the area around. Whereas the woman, every now and then, she kind of just, looks off, lost in thought, as though she's just thinking other things. But you notice, again, you're kind of looking from across the kitchen, or the dining hall rather. It doesn't seem like she ever really stops talking all that much.
Speaking of, talk to them.
Does seem to fit their description.
I don't see any other dwarves.
And again, my point still stands. He doesn't look overly friendly.
Go ask him about his food, Celadus.
It does look hearty, voluminous, and spicy.
That's exactly what we're eating.
But I'm pretty sure he dumped something in there. Some sort of reddish sauce.
Yeah, he has a cookish look about him. I can see it now.
Tell us about your spice palette.
Right. It's a good way to meet his axe.
Yeah.
Well, I guess. Should we approach him then?
Celadus, did you write down their names? I've already forgotten them.
A moment. Let me check my notes.
Did you forget them because they're not elves?
No, I don't. It took me like 6 weeks.
Zephyr
It has been 6 weeks to
and
learn your name.
Bertram.
Eh.
It flows off the
believe it's
tongue.
Rend and Zephyr is what I believe their names are.
See, I knew he had it. He's always writing crap down.
It just takes me a while to find it in my notes, unfortunately.
He helps me remember lots of things too.
We're spoiled. We don't really have to keep notes because Celadus is always just noting everything, so it does help. Well, who would like to lead conversation with them?
Perhaps someone who the rather large dwarf is going to actually take seriously.
Venric, you're schooled in artly, knighty stuff, right?
You said it was Zephyr, and what was the dwarf's name again?
I believe it's Rend.
Rend. That's right. Those ring a bell now. Maybe we could all just go over there.
Sure.
I owe them a thank you anyways. Not for
Very
them,
true.
but for Wolf.
Yeah, I'm good to go with you.
Yeah, that Venric will stand up and approach their table.
Bertram brings his bowl with him. Keeps eating.
All right. You get up and, walk across the crowded hall. You notice about halfway across that he has clocked you. He kind of sets his plate down on the floor next to him. His hand doesn't go to the axe leaned up against his pack, but he squares his shoulders and looks up as you approach expectantly.
Well,
Give me
then.
perception checks.
18.
17.
9.
I got a 7.
All right, Venric, your focus is kind of in holding your composure just right, standing ramrod straight, your martial bearing, is, you're kind of locking eyes with this dwarf. And Celovus, you kind of glance between the two, and you're fairly certain you notice books sticking out of her pack, and that kind of draws your attention. However, Aylwin and Bertram, whereas you see her kind of glancing off, she does notice your approach, not as quickly as the dwarf does. She kind of gives a faint smile. He, however, like every muscle clenches up, and you can see the knuckles on his hand, on his hands, like they're not quite fists, but they're like clenching and unclenching, and this dwarf is like poised for violence.
I'll just whisper to Sir Venric. Sir Venric, he's tense. Put him at ease.
Venric will just lean in. Well met. My name is Sir Venric Truesteel.
Is it then?
Yes, you must be Rend, and you must be Zephyr.
I am. She is.
So
what business have you with us?
Well, yesterday, our group were back at camp, and Wolf, he helped.
You met Wolf? You saw Wolf? Zephyr whirls. She stands to her feet and steps right in front of you. And Venric, you've probably seen a woman this beautiful. I mean, Aylwin is in her way quite beautiful, but you're almost starting to think of her as like one of the guys. Plus she's got that otherworldly elven way. This woman is very, very womanly as she steps close, but she's like, where did you see him? Please tell me. Let the man speak. Please, Zephyr.
Yes, well, like I was saying, our camp was ambushed by orcs. My group and I were out on our way back to camp. When we got there, the orcs might have overrun the camp and killed everybody. Wolf himself and his 2 wolves saved my squire. I have my thanks that's owed to Wolf, but he just asked that we could pass this message on to you two. He said that he would be heading to Fartham.
How did he seem? Zephyr asks.
He seemed fine. He wasn't injured. Brother Bertram, what else did he say in the message? I know that he was going to Fartham, and he wanted you two to meet him there.
He was going to reconnoiter Fartham, and then he said you would know of a rendezvous point.
Aye, that would do. What of Fang and Storm? Zephyr asks.
They're well. They took down several orcs on their own. They looked well.
Yes, they are. They're deadly in their own right. Looks like I owe you an ale for delivering that message. You see at this point, Ren stands, and Bertram and Aylwin, because you guys were noticing, paying pretty close attention to him, a lot of the tension is eased out of him now, and he kind of stands, squares his shoulder, and holds out a big, meaty paw in to shake hands.
I shake his hand. Well met, Rend. Like I said, I'm Henrik.
Well met.
This is Brother Bertram, this is Aylwin, and this is Celovus.
I'll stick my hand out there to shake his.
He shakes your hand. Both of you can feel the strength of his grip. You're both strong men as well. It's not like he's crushing your hands or anything. But he's a very powerfully built warrior. He looks like he could run through a brick wall. And you see Zephyr, she goes to each of you as well and shakes hands. Her touch is just light as a feather, and she goes up to you, Aylwin, and shakes your hand as well, kind of leans in close. And Wolf, you said he looked well, as did Storm and Fang.
Oh, yes, they were very, very hearty. They shared a meal with us, and they looked good.
And he saved your camp, you say. That's just like Wolf. He's so thoughtful. She kind of looks off and gives like a shiver and just kind of shakes herself, literally almost like a cat. She's like, he's like that. He just saves people and helps people all the time. Doesn't he, Ren? She grabs hold of like a spiked armor plate and kind of tries to shake him like he doesn't move. It's like grabbing a boulder. He doesn't really shift, but she's like, you know what I mean? Ow, why is that so sharp? Alas, I've told you. Please, at least we could do is get you a drink if they've got me in this godforsaken temple. No offense, brother. And she says, Zephyr says, actually, I've been saving something. And she goes in her pack and pulls out what looks like elven wine. I've been saving it for a special occasion. Won't you have some with us?
Goodness. Can I see that?
Oh, of course.
Do I recognize, like, the label or anything?
You actually do. It is indeed elven wine. It has a stamp that is very familiar to you. It shows like an elven pavilion, and then in the background is a crescent moon. And you know this. It's not like one of the finest in all the Weald, but it's a very well known brand for elves. And
Smells like home.
oh yes. Oh, that's right. I'm so sorry, dear. I forgive me. I heard they expelled all the half elves. I couldn't believe that. It seems madness to me, but this wars, of course. I don't know how well traveled your group is, but the Shattered Lands they're earning their name right now. I can tell you that.
Yes. Excuse me. And Ellen is actually going to dip out of there. She's running outside.
You see, Zephyr kind of turns to your group. I'm sorry. Did I strike a nerve?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna go make sure she's okay though. I'll follow after.
All right.
I believe she's okay. She'll be okay.
And you see, as Aelwyn and Bertram duck out, Ren stands up. He grabs his pack, and you notice he grabs Zephyr's as well, and heads over to the table where y'all were sitting. He grabs a few mugs as she, pops the cork on the wine. Please, I hope you'll join us in a drink. I hope I didn't offend your friend.
Yes, I'll join you. I don't believe you offended her. I hard to tell, but I don't see why that would have been offensive. But I'll join you for a drink. What do you say, Celadus?
I'll join you for a drink. She might just be homesick is all. But I'll sit for a drink for a little while.
And Vrixis kind of crawls out of Celadus's pack at this point, uncoils himself. I say, is that elven wine? And she gives a delighted little chuckle. Oh my, a dragonling. Well, met Sir Dragon. She gives a little curtsy at the table. Well, somebody has manners.
Would be Vrixis, keeper of the books.
Yes, Vrixis, my dear. I'm afraid I heard most of what was going on, but I must admit, until I smelled elven wine, I didn't really find much cause to arouse myself fully from my nap. However, that looks and smells delicious. And she's like, oh, please. And she begins pouring each of you a glass of wine. As you guys smell it, it's got a very fruity, just like a nectary smell. And, she kind of swirls it in her glass, sniffing it, as Vrixis kind of takes both claws, picks it up, and slips his serpentine tongue down into it. My goodness, that's excellent. You see that Rend just kind of drains his in one gulp, and she gives him a sour look, like he just isn't even worthy of it. It's not ale, Rend. Please. And she looks at you expectantly to see what you make of it.
Elvis will kind of take his time, slosh around the glass, smell it, kind of do the very prudish, like wine connoisseur type thing, and he'll do all that annoying stuff before finally taking a drink.
Yeah, Venric will get a good waft of it. Smells earthy. He'll take a small sip.
And again, Venric, you're more used to like ales and beers and things like that. But you're a nobleman's son. You've drank your fair share of wine. This is very good wine. Celadus, this is some of the best wine you've ever tasted, you realize. And it's just, it almost doesn't even taste alcoholic. It does kick you in a minute in the head, like, and you realize, no, this has got some punch to it. And she takes a drink again, and she says, I didn't know when I'd ever have another bottle of elven wine, but when we were down at Southcote, Oh, wait, this merchant, we lucked into meeting him. He said there was a black market back channel. You know, you can buy anything down in Softcoat.
Heard that.
I have as well. When was the last time you were all done, Softcoat?
Rend instantly kind of tenses. Not long. On business. How about you? Ever get down to Softcoat?
I was down there, well, it was before last winter.
Rend, please, these are Wolf's friends. So they say. Yes, Wolf's friends. And she says, we were down there on business, as Rend says. I guess it was about a month ago, tracking down some leads on another job. Wolf went on ahead on her way back. He travels so much faster than the rest of us. He and Snick made their way to different sides of Fartham, I guess, apparently. Big bounty on this orc. You're not bounty hunters, are you? Ren demands.
No, we're not bounty hunters.
Good.
Oh,
good to know.
We're not for Scordag.
Have you seen him, though? He leans forward across the table.
No, just wanted to drop the name.
He seems disappointed, but gives Celovus that look of a little bit of respect, like Celovus knows the game, he realizes. Well enough. About that time, the calm, as you guys are talking, is interrupted by a loud, clear voice. True Steel! Turning, you see a young, fair-haired knight approaching, his shield and armor emblazoned with a wreath and sword device. As he stalks closer, you realize just how young the man is as he gets closer and closer to you. Hold on a minute. I will. The knight is trailed by a stocky, middle-aged man in leathers who bears a spear, clearly his squire, and man-at-arms. I am Emran Drayton! The young knight bellows, stomping closer with a jingle of spurs and mail, his voice raised high enough for the entire room to hear him. It grows quiet within the hall. I demand satisfaction for the death of my brother Corbin Drayton, who died at the Bridge of Calford due to your rash, heedless actions. The statement is one the youthful warrior has clearly rehearsed over and over, and as he delivers it, he throws his left gauntlet down before Venric with a clank. Face me on the morrow, or be forever known as a coward! Emran snarls, his rage and pain clear as a brand on his face. What say you?
At that, Venric he'll push out his chair and stand up, turn to face the man. He'll walk close enough, within arm's length, but just a hair out of with arm's length. Young man, are you sure you want to do this?
I have never been so sure of anything in my life. Celovus and Venric, both of you give me perception checks.
Okay.
Nope, that's a 6.
I got a 15.
All right. Venric, your eyes are locked with this stalwart-looking young knight. However, Celovus, you cut your glance over to this man-at-arms, and as he clearly looks like he doesn't want to be there. He keeps looking back and forth between the knight he serves and Venric, and he has like a troubled, saddened look on his face. He doesn't say anything, but he looks very, very unhappy with this turn of events. As for young Sir Drayton, he looks at you and squares his shoulder. Oh, I'm sure, True Steel. I'm sure. I heard all about your foolish charge across the bridge. But you forgot. You forgot about men who followed you into battle with trusting you, and they lay there dead. And now here you are in the Southlands, hiding out. I'm here to prove to everyone you're no true knight. You dare pick up my gauntlet?
Sir Drayton, listen, are you aware of the other good, faithful knights that gave their lives at the fateful day in that bridge? Do you know just how many men died? And how close I was to death myself? You know that had I not made that charge to break the enemy's ranks, most likely all of us would have been dead.
And as you're saying all this, Celibus, you can see that this man-at-arms kind of, at Venric's words, he kind of goes to lean in, and he's like, Sir, and all of a sudden, Sir Emran Drayton, he kind of goes like this, no more. No one is going to talk me out of this. My family's honor demands satisfaction, sir. Now there is my gauntlet. My challenge is clear. Does anyone doubt? My challenge is clear here this day. And you hear a deep voice from the doorway, and you see Father Gedwin standing there. Your challenge has been heard, young Emran, but I will tell you no blood will be shed on these temple grounds, or the blood that follows will be shed by my hammer. He kind of turns, Father Gedwin, I mean no disrespect, but my challenge stands.
All right, lad. Have it your way. And Venric will reach down and pick up the gauntlet.
Excellent. He steps close, and now the knightly rules apply as he kind of snatches his gauntlet back out of your hand. I'll meet you just after dawn by the Fountain Square outside off Temple grounds. He looks like he's just so angry, like pure hatred. And it's a very strange thing, Venric, for you, because he's pretty young. He's not much older than Clay. He's very young. And although he's tall, he's well built, he's clearly, trained as a knight. He is definitely it's a very strange thing for someone you've never even heard of to just want your blood. And he kind of turns, Clive, let's go. And he turns to walk away, and you see the man-at-arms kind of like close his eyes. Yes, sir. He stops for a moment, shakes his head, and turns to follow.
Kind of leans into Venric at this point. This isn't one of those things where you need seconds, right? It's not one of those nightly things.
No, but I will say that because Clay's out of commission, I don't know. Maybe you could watch out just to make sure it's not some type of ambush. I doubt it. The man seems like he takes his honor seriously. It's misplaced, but no, it's not.
At this point, sorry, but to cut you off, but at this point, the dwarf, who you didn't realize had stood and come to stand right next to you, Ren, he says, "I'll serve as your second."
Truly, Ren.
Yes. I'm no
Much
knight.
Appreciated.
If something happens, I'll defend your honor. Have no fear.
Venric he'll reach out for a handshake.
And he gives you the warrior's grasp. Shake hands. And you hear Zephyr's voice. He was a handsome lad, though, wasn't he? And Vrixis is like, my dear, my glass is run rather dry. And she's like, oh. And he pours her some more. Meanwhile, back outside, Aelwyn, where were you going?
To Ruthane.
Okay. You cross the road and make your way to the stables. Bertram, you're kind of clomping off behind her.
Yeah. Aelwyn.
Yes.
What's the matter?
I just had to get out of there.
You mentioned home. Are you not able to go back to your home?
I don't know how that human knows about it, but I think it was common knowledge. No. Why I'm running around in the forest with all you strangers. I have nowhere to go.
What happened?
I don't know. I grew up in the Weald my entire life, and I went to see my father, and then he died. And I tried to go home, and I couldn't. It was closed to me.
Closed. Who closed it?
The elves.
Like, you saw them and they said you can't come?
No, the very paths are gone. The paths I rode and ran along my entire life, they're just gone.
But you're an elf, Eowyn.
No, I'm a half elf. Nobody's ever gonna let me forget it. So, just need to get out of there.
Yeah. I know something of what it's like to not have a people, but maybe it's a misunderstanding. Maybe, I don't know. It's your mother, right? Where your elfin blood comes from?
Yes.
Would she just have nothing to do with her own daughter?
I don't know. Honestly, I just don't know. She could have gotten a message to me if she wanted to. So that leaves me to believe that she didn't want to.
Well, the very trail's been gone. That's magic, is it not? I mean, you're a druid. You understand these things. That
Yes.
sounds like magic to me.
Yes, I don't know the ways. There's magics beyond even my understanding, but they have ways to protect the Weald, and they've used them.
I wonder if there's not a misunderstanding. Surely your mother would not willingly not contact you.
You heard her. All half elves.
Who? Her? The scantily clad. Eyes on the light! Eyes on the light!
What? That must mean she's an idiot? No, I don't know, Bertram. I just don't know. I came back and I couldn't get in, and I don't know what's going on or why, or I have no idea.
Well, strange as we may be, we are here for you. Not that I'm at all understanding of your ways. That doesn't mean I'm uncaring of what people go through.
Thank you.
I lost my family at a young age, which, even though you're half elf, you still age much, much slower than we do, yes?
I think so. How old are you?
Let me check my Bertram sheet. Bertram is 26 years old.
Oh. Oh, you're basically a child.
I don't understand your humor. I am not a child. I am a grown man. 26. Whoa. That's aged.
Aged? Goodness. Huh. Well.
Granted, I hope I have more years than you, but no, it's also, I don't want to see any one of us out here alone. And I'll kind of whisper this and get a little closer, like, I don't know if there's not more cultists lurking. And I would hate to see any one of us by themselves.
Well, I appreciate your concern, but this is where I'm most comfortable. And I have Ruthane and haste out here. I'll be fine.
True. Just, I don't know. If there's anything I can do to help, I'll help you.
Thank you.
You sure you don't want to try some of that wine?
I'm okay. I think, I have Clay's puppy needs feeding. I'm just gonna stay out here.
Do you want me to stay out here with you?
No. I know you wanted to talk to Father Gedwin. Go on inside. This is where I'm used to being.
I feel it's dangerous to stay apart, but all right. You know what?
What?
Father Gedwin has a service to attend to. I can still speak with him. I'll wait with you. It would bother me to see any harm come to any one of us. Especially here. So, regale me. Tell me tales of your wield. What makes it special?
And she will, as they're, walking over to Ruthane and everything, and she tells him stories about her mother's great eagle and flying upon its back as a child, and just, the different wonders of the forest.
We grew up different, I will say that.
All right. As you guys are talking, as night falls fully. Meanwhile, back inside, you can see the kitchen is emptying out. You see several people going to the service. People are kind of gathering in. It's not mandatory, but there are those. You see Zephyr gets up and actually readies herself to go to the service. Rend, however, does not move from the table.
Benrick, are you going to service?
Are you asking the dwarf?
No, Benrick.
Oh, sorry.
It probably would be the proper thing to do while we're guests in this house. So, yes.
Not a bad idea. I'm sure Bertram will be along soon enough.
Yeah, Benrick will finish his meal, finish the wine, and head into service.
Okay.
I will as well.
And you guys essentially accompany Zephyr as she enters. You can see people kind of eyeballing her scandalous attire, but she doesn't seem to notice or care. She just seems to enjoy the energy of people gathered together. She's looking around and smiling at different people. You notice to your surprise that Acolyte Fiona ascends to the pulpit. She clears her throat. Excuse me. Thank you all for coming. I'm going to keep this short. She kind of smiles nervously. A few of the congregation laugh. A few of them look. You see Gedwin seated off to one side on the platform. Father Gedwin has asked me to minister this evening, and so I'll do my best, even though I'm new to this. As many of you know, I'm soon bound away to a mission, or to a, not a mission. Well, I suppose it is a mission. And she kind of, all of a sudden, you kind of hear Father Gedwin, and she, yes, I'm a goodwill mission to the villages of Reuven, Brookdale, and finally to Riverwatch, where I'll be going and spreading the good word. And he had asked me to speak before I go. As many of you know, I am from Reuven myself, and it'll be good to be home. But let me get to the Book of Dawn. and she pulls out a large leather-bound book. It's blue and emblazoned with edges of gold. This is said to be the only continent, or the only copy remaining on this continent. There were thought to be 2 other copies. And as she begins reading passages from the Book of Dawn, which is a pretty rare sacred text from what you guys know, even Selvus, you've heard of it. And then she gives a short but earnest sermon on the dark times that are all around and how it's that much more important that each soul that is goodly lets their light shine, their flame burn in the darkness, so that others can see it and that it'll make a difference, and that each bit of light is a victory in a cosmos of darkness. And as she ends, for all her awkwardness at the beginning, it's pretty impassioned, and people are clapping. You see Father Gedwin has a pretty broad smile on his face, and not a real long sermon, maybe 20 minutes, but everyone just kind of claps. And even Zephyr says, "Oh my, that was good. I'm not usually one for these church thumpers, but that was good. As a wizard, I mean, I encounter all sorts of beliefs." And she kind of just chatters on and on and on. And people start kind of filing out.
I will. Yeah, kind of as soon as the sermon's done, I'll kind of file out with the crowd.
Yep, Venric will follow Celibus.
Okay. You guys make your way out. You see Father Gedwin, Venric, he kind of catches your eye as you're headed toward the back, and he nods, and then kind of nods toward his chambers, and it's clear that he wants to meet with you all at some point as he walks toward his chambers. You can see Fiona, she's talking to different people who are congratulating her on her sermon and thanking her and everything else.
Yeah, Venric will head over to see Father Gedwin.
Okay. Selvus, do you still keep heading out, or?
Let me go find Bertram and Aelin.
I'll go with you, Celibus. I just wanted to let Father Gedwin know that we would get those 2 and come back.
Very well.
All right. As Selvus heads toward the door, Venric, you kind of make your way over, and Gedwin says, "The others?"
Yes. Actually, Celibus and I were going to collect them and come back.
Excellent. Well, if he could do that on his own, I would speak with you for a moment, Sir Venric.
Oh, right. And Venric will just kind of look back to get Celibus's attention, and he'll kind of nod him off like, "Okay, you got this. I'm going to talk with Father Gedwin."
He'll kind of just give a thumbs up and walk out.
Father Gedwin opens the door to his study and steps inside, beckoning you to follow.
Venric will follow.
Just kidding. Just kidding. I couldn't help myself. No, he goes into the study, and he gestures toward a chair. There's a few overstuffed chairs in here. He sits down. Sir Venric, I need to talk to you about this duel.
Yes, Father Gedwin, I tried to talk the young knight out of it.
I saw. Listen, I'm a war priest. I understand the ways of battle and war. It is sad that in such a time, foolish young men would shed the blood of their own kind when we're at war with Vost, we're at war with the orcs. Hell's man, we're at war with barbarians. And nonsense. You must, of course, as a knight, do as you have done. You must accept this challenge. I understand this. All I ask, if you find it possible to be merciful, I would ask that you consider mercy in this. He may not give you I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Sir Benric.
Oh, I just said indeed. I never meant to kill him. Incapacitate, yes, but I won't kill him if I don't have to.
Good. That gladdens my heart. He may give you no choice in the matter, but, well, if he does, if it's possible, that's all I can ask. I saw you met with members of the pack.
Indeed.
If it's not too forward, might I ask why or what business you have with them?
Well, it seems that just last night we ran into their leader, Wolf. Our camp was being overrun by orcs, and Brother Bertram, Celavis, Aelwyn, and myself were out on our way back to the camp. When we had got there, it was just after this ferocious attack. If it hadn't been for Wolf, I don't know that anybody would have survived. As it is, 2 of our people were almost killed, my Squire Clay included.
Yes.
Wolf stepped into the meeting just in the nick of time. He helped save everyone, and he just asked if we could relay a message to Rend and his lady companion.
I see. Very well. Well, Wolf seems a good sort, although he hasn't been through the temple in some years. Zephyr and Rend, they've come here on occasion, usually for supplies. They usually don't stay long. But Venric and I can appreciate you being in the man's debt to a certain extent, but they are bounty hunters. I'm not saying they're bad people, but I would just keep that in mind with your future dealings with the pack, as they call themselves.
I will take that into consideration.
Excellent.
And, of course, and yes, all we did was relay a message. We haven't exactly thrown our lot in with them, and I wouldn't do so. But yes, like I say, I'll consider that in the future.
Very well. Very well. Well, I'm sure the others will be along soon. Can I get you some wine?
Yeah, I better pass. I've already had a glass, and as you know, I have a duel tomorrow.
Indeed. Meanwhile, back outside, Aelwyn and Bertram, as you're conversing, it's kind of fallen into just more stargazing and sharing. You're kind of both sharing maybe tales of your past and your history, kind of taking a moment as you get to know each other a little bit better. And you hear footsteps approaching the corral. Looking up, you see Celavis.
Aelwyn, Brother Bertram, you all out here?
Yeah.
Over here. Can you see us?
No, my eyesight's not as good as yours in the dark, remember, Aelwyn? But Father Gedwin was looking to see us. The service is all over with.
Oh, it's over.
Yes, Sister Fiona, she gave the sermon tonight, so it would seem that Father Gedwin sent it off to her. My guess is he had things to deal with.
I didn't know she was... Okay. Well, I guess, should we go meet with Father Gedwin then?
He is, I believe, is in his study.
All right. You ready, Aelwyn?
Yep. She'll put the puppy down that she was holding, and okay, stay with Ruthane. Stay there. Stay. And then she'll get up and follow them inside. Don't kick him, Ruthane.
As the 3 of you make your way back inside the temple, you see things are kind of calming down. People are heading off to different places. You can see there are several camps set out beyond the temple as well, where there are people, different wagons, carts, where just merchants, caravan guards, different people are making their way through, and there just isn't enough room at the temple for everyone. As you enter the temple, you see Fiona in the vestry. As you're kind of making her way through. She glances at you, Bertram. Give me a perception check, all of you.
Okay.
Got a 13. No, 14.
Oh, dang, that was a nat 20. Apparently, Sullivan's picking up on what she's putting down.
11.
Bertram, she seems off to you. She looks at you with a strange look on her face, and you're not sure what it means. But Celivis, you can clearly tell this young woman she's kind of hurt as she looks over at Bertram. She glances quickly, looks away, and then glances back.
Deuce is her problem. Seems...
She doesn't say anything. She doesn't even say hello. She kind of nods to you both and just keeps walking.
I'll nod and wave.
She doesn't wave back.
Who can know?
Bertram, you said you didn't know she was preaching at the moment?
Yeah, I did. I was not aware.
Are you her senior in the class?
Huh. That's a good question, DM. Am I? Or are we
You're
equal?
essentially, you're kind of equals within the temple, although you have never ministered behind the pulpit before. Yours is more of out in the field.
Okay. Yeah, we kind of come up, together. So I'm not above her or nothing. No. Why?
Just curious. It would seem that she would have liked you to be there for her first sermon.
Oh, well, I mean, it would have been nice, but...
Unfortunately, it's too late now.
What can be done? She'll get over it.
Talk to her.
What would I say?
Right?
I didn't mean to miss it. So, did I do something to offend?
I mean, depends. It depends on the woman you're talking to.
I am perplexed. The way you two are acting, what have I done?
I'm not 100% sure, Bertram. But I can tell you this: it doesn't seem good.
I was talking to Aelwyn.
Maybe that's it.
What's it?
Well,
You were hanging out with me instead of listening to her.
it's true. You skipped her.
Didn't know she was going to preach
her
tonight.
first sermon to go hang out with the tall half-elf, exotic half-elf woman. So you skipped church to go do that with her.
I don't know why you're using those words. I went to go talk to my party member.
Maybe you should tell her that. She doesn't know
saying.
that.
From some perspectives.
Why would she care? We have to go talk to Father Ged. What the?
I'm just telling you, my friend. Something seemed off.
Well, now I feel weird. But thank you for telling me.
You said his office is up this way?
Yeah. You said dense?
Yeah.
What are you talking about? What are you saying right now?
Well, don't you like her?
What the? Hey! Where is this coming from?
That wasn't a no.
I don't like the tone of... You know what? Here's the... We are wasting time. Let's go talk to Father Gedwin.
Fine.
What?
All right. As you so flustered and make your way finally to Father Gedwin's chambers in there off to the side of the temple, you knock, and Sir Venric answers the door. You see Gedwin seated at his desk behind You could hear their murmurs of conversation as you kind of approached. And
Bertram, why is your face so red? What happened?
Why? You know,
Aylwin, is he all right?
what the? We have to. We're gonna hire guys.
So
I need to
eager
buy
to
plate
talk to me
armor.
about my issues, but forbid we talk about his.
All of you, what is all of this tomfoolery? The height of silliness. This.
Brother Bertram, please, Father Gedden says. Compose yourself.
I look back at everyone. I'm like,
we missed you. We missed you at the evening service, brother.
I was sorry to have missed it.
As Sir Vendrick and I were discussing the Battle of Calford, I was assuring him that from everything I've heard, his actions there were just, were right, and actually saved many, many lives. So, I just was assuring him that that is the general consensus among all who truly understand the ways of war and martial matters.
Okay.
But please, take a seat. Wine, any of you? I know Vendrick isn't drinking with the duel in the morning, of course.
The
I
what?
mean, Bertram's been drinking a lot already, so I don't know if he wants any more.
I haven't had a.
Wait,
what
the
do-
what?
Oh,
Yeah, they didn't
Forgive
tell
me.
you?
Ooh.
Sir Drayton, he walked into the dining hall, and he threw down the gauntlet and challenged me to a duel. He misunderstands what happened at the bridge that day, and he's challenging me because of his family's honor. I tried to talk the man out of it. He's a knight, but he's young. And Vendrick says this. He's only 26 years old as well. But this young guy's younger than him, and I tried to talk him out of it. He wouldn't have it. So yes, tomorrow, just after dawn, I have to duel this young knight.
Who is Drayton? What?
The young knight.
Sir
I
Emmer
understand.
Drayton. He's a young nobleman, a young knight who is recent to the Savage Lands. I had no idea he came, it seems, seeking Sir Vendrick. He just arrived a couple of days ago. And it would
Hates you
seem...
because of some battle. What happened at this battle?
Well, it wasn't just a battle. It was a fateful day for many knights. Many warriors were killed this day. I believe Griffin Company, the company that I was a part of, was betrayed this day. There was a whole squad from our company that never showed up. I was almost killed myself. The knight that I served under, Sir Tenyon, he was killed this day. And Vendrick, when he says this, you can see the sorrow in it behind his eyes. I squired under Sir Tenyon. He was killed this day. I was almost killed. Was taken into captivity by Vost. Basically, Emmerin is accusing me of foolhardiness. Basically, he said I charged into combat. I don't know where he heard this from. It's hard to say. If you weren't there, we were in the fray, and I was lucky to make it out myself that day. This young man clearly wasn't there.
Oh, he could just fight you? Or
Well, he can challenge me. I don't have to accept the challenge, but that would be coward. That would be cowardly. So yes, I suppose he could just challenge me.
But
nonsense.
a knight who does not uphold his honor isn't much of a knight after all. Eh, Sir Vendrick?
That's true. Do you remember back at the cave with the Beastman shaman's body?
I would not like to forget.
Yes. I was willing to die over my word that day. That's the
You see
same.
Gedwin leans in at this. He doesn't say anything, but he's just like,
Oh yeah, we have a lot to talk about.
Indeed. Well, Aelwyn, I'm sure, as you know, the elves have their own knights and their own sense of chivalry and honor, perhaps different from that of humans. But elves fight their own duels, although, to be fair, it is far more often over matters of the heart than it is matters of chivalry or honor. But elves are as quick to answer a slight as any human knight. But that is a matter to be settled between knights. However, Brother Bertram, it's very good of you to show yourself. I hope all is well. You seem off. But you said you had things to report.
Yes. We believe the relic was taken by a minotaur named Gruntok. Aelwyn tracked a group of beastmen back to their cave where we learned this. The same cave where the knight gave his word to a beastman shaman, where we encountered a demon named Malik and have incurred his wrath.
Malik.
Yes.
Malik.
Stelivus has information. I think you took an etching of the stone.
I did. Off of a menhir that I found near the entrance to their caves. It would seem that this group, at least this particular grouping of beastmen, was once a tribe known as the Tribe of the Goat, that were apparently cannibalistic, sacrifice, human sacrifice.
They worshipped Malik the All-Consuming. That Malik.
Yes.
Yes, I remember reading. I wasn't sure if that was a fable. You actually found this place.
We fought a shade of him. I fell, but they defeated him.
Truly.
Yes, a very angel came for Bertram. I saw it.
And that is where I was going next. Thank you, Aelwyn, to steal all of the thunder. I was...
And Gedwin does not look surprised. A broad grin comes across his face at this point.
It was a
Excellent.
huge angel. He healed me. Restored my ability.
I told you you were worthy.
I was misguided and should have listened sooner. I've had a vision, too, that I would want to ask you about. It was of a destroyed temple on top of a mountain. Come quickly and left quickly, but not sure what it means.
Perhaps later you can describe this vision in more detail to me. I must ask, what was the oath given to this shaman?
I'll let Sir Venric let you know.
He just, right before we killed him, he just asked that we would take his body to his burial place, which was the pit of Malik. And we needed information, and I swore to him that I would see that I would leave his remains. When we approached this chamber, there was this large dark pit in the middle of the room. This room emanated evil. So, as I flung the corpse into the pit, as soon as it hit the bottom, this shard of Malik manifested, and we did battle. But we drove the evil away.
Excellent. Well, careful what you give your word to, but yes, you are a knight, and you were honoring that word. I understand. So, I hate to be this cut and dried about it all. It sounds like you've had many adventures, but so you don't know then where the relic is now. Now, there was a minotaur that was with the beastmen when they attacked the temple. I did not know the name of this Bruntok, you said?
Yes, it would seem that he split off. There was a division amongst the beastmen, between this Montauk, which was a shaman of their tribe, and this beast, this Minotaur, Bruntok. Apparently, there was some division amongst the religion that they worshipped. Some of them worshipped Malik, and some of them worshipped an older deity, some older ways. I don't really know exactly, but it would seem as though there are more of the beastmen in Fartham.
I see. And were you able to find out anything else within Fartham?
Well, there was a band of cultists or mercenaries.
Cultists. They
The-
followed the Twisted Tree, which
Yes.
I've never heard of before.
He had a journal we found. The leader of this branch he wasn't the leader of the cult by any means, but the leader they left there. The dead walk the streets there.
And there's some dark priestess that's been. Well, they ambushed a group of your Lightsworn.
Sir Lyndon?
Oh,
Did you find any sign of Sir Lyndon Hearth?
We brought back their tabards.
I need to see them. Do you have them with you?
Well, they're in they're in the wagon. We can go get them.
He walks to the door, murmurs a couple of things to a younger acolyte, and then it says, where did you say your things were?
With the stable.
At the stable. I see. If you could go, Bertram, with
Yes.
the acolyte, he'll help you back with those things.
I will go.
As Bertram leaves, you guys can see Gedwin. He looks very, very troubled. He doesn't say a lot, and at first you think he's going to ask something else, but then he finally turns. How seems, Brother Bertram, to all of you? I understand you're friends and adventuring companions. Does he seem all right?
Brother Bertram has saved our group a dozen times or so already. If it weren't for his healing and his connection with the light, we probably would be dead many times over. He's proven himself a valiant warrior as well. His connection with the light is true, as true as any others. I would stand by him in any battle.
It's good to hear.
Tells the truth. He struggles at times, not with his faith, but with his himself. But his faith is strong.
Yes. Bertram believes wrongly that there's somehow his blood, his barbaric heritage is some kind of curse, which runs counter to everything we know to be true of the light. Each soul comes to the light on its own, and the Argent Lord, it receives service for service, rewards honesty, discipline, faith, purity. Bertram knows these things. I don't know where he's got it into his head. But I'm hoping now he'll see this was all, that was never anything but folly and wrong-headedness. That is not any... Bertram is one of the finest clerics I've ever trained.
I would agree.
He might have come to this lesson. As we were leaving the cave of Malik, he dropped his two-handed war maul into the water. And it said that it was, I don't know, in a way him getting over his past or coming to grips with it.
He no doubt thought a two-handed weapon spoke of a barbaric heritage, his Northman heritage. Of course, and he kind of looks over, and you see hanging on the wall is an ornate rune-encrusted maul, and Bertram kind of hefts it off the wall. This is mine. I'm no barbarian, but I do love a good two-handed hammer. He spins it expertly in his hands and puts it back on the wall. But Bertram is a young man of conviction. When he makes his mind up to something, there's rarely anything that can change it. I'm glad he has companions such as you. And this quest, well, it's more than just him going and retrieving the relic, although that is of paramount importance. It's good for him. You guys can hear footsteps from outside as Bertram returns with the servant.
Here they
And
are.
it's kind of quiet, Bertram, as you walk in. All of a sudden, it's like they were all talking, but they stopped all of a sudden. Kind of in that way when you get that sense maybe you were being discussed. But
I'll
then
talk
it's
to
real
her.
quiet.
I'll talk to her, okay?
Talk to who?
Fiona?
Fiona. What do you mean, Brother Bertram?
Thought you guys were... I don't know. It's something Ceливus and Aylin were saying. I didn't understand. They said I should talk to Fiona because I missed her preaching.
Ah, yes, I wondered about that. Well, nothing to be jealous of, Bertram. She has come a long way in her sermons, and she was ready. I believe you'll be ready soon enough.
Yeah, I've never... With words, I'd like to... I'm better at doing... It was good she got a chance, I think.
Yes.
I'm okay with... No problem.
Ah, I see. Let me see those, as Gadwin kind of, rather politely, but still interrupts your train of thought. He kind of walks over and starts laying out the cloaks and the tabards. Yes. This is Lyndon's. And you see a tabard of black and white. There's a, what looks like a black sun at the center, stitched, and he kind of smooths it over, but it's ragged and bloodstained. Where did you find this?
In the basement of the... used to be a merchant house, but it's where this butcher did his work. They had all sorts of equipment down there from people that they killed and tortured.
Priestess could supernaturally watch the roads, and she would tell them when people were traveling, and they would ambush people, and they did the same to your light's mark.
Did they say, was Sir Lyndon, was he slain? Did you hear his name? Did you hear anything of him or a group of light-sworn knights? What happened to them?
I thought we did hear the leader speak about a group of light-sworn knights.
In the journal, it
It
talks
was in the
about
journal.
Yeah.
What journal?
I'll hand him the journal.
He kind of sits down. He goes pale, and then a little paler. This is madness. People from within the town. We always wondered how far them fell so quickly. Why we weren't able to ever help. Sir Lyndon. He kind of taps the journal. This group of light-sworn knights, this was Sir Lyndon. It said this bearer took him to a keep, or a fallen ruins of a keep or something.
Yeah, I think I remember reading that.
Yes, there's something we don't know other than by the description here, but we don't know exactly what. But it seems, from the sounds of it, it sounded like he started ripping knights off their horses, almost as though they were children. I don't know what could do such a thing, but something.
He turns away from your group and just turns toward the fire that's crackling, kind of leans against it. Sir Lyndon is, I hope, was a friend. Good friend. We've been friends for many years. He led his men to Fartham. I feared it was unwise. We never knew what happened. But we were given orders at that time not to send more patrols or more men. The land has grown dark and perilous. When you're in Fartham, if you see this, I remember there was a keep there, small keep, on a hill to the north overlooking the town. I mean, the relic is paramount. But should you find your way to look atop that keep, to look for Sir Lyndon, I would appreciate it. At least we would know.
If it is within our power, we will do it.
Yes. I see no problem with searching the keep after we search the temple.
Hopefully he survived.
Yes. Well, you give me much to ponder. And Bertram, I believe, should have this. And he walks over to some of the many implements of war upon his wall, and he pulls down a shield, blazoned with the sigil of the Argent Lord upon it. He walks over to you, holds it out. May it serve you well in battle.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It is a +1 shield.
Thank you very much.
Served me well in battle for many, many years. The mace here, he grabs a one-handed mace and hands it to you. It's a bit more mundane, but well made. He hands that to you as well.
Be honored.
It is late. Elwyn's already yawning. It was Sir Venric, do you have a second for tomorrow?
Yes.
Very well. May the light bless and keep you all. I will be there in the morning.
I will be there too, Venric.
I appreciate it, Brother Bertram. And Father Gedwin, you too.
Gedwin nods, goes to the door, opens it.
We'll head out.
Bertram, stay.
I'll stay.
Elwyn will leave. Night.
Good night. Bertram, I've spoken to your friends, and it seems that you've had, well, a bit of a divine experience.
I did. Yeah, I know you've talked to me about it, and I know it was wrong, but I felt so unworthy, and I'm not defending it because I've been...
Say no more. It's in the past. But you must know, one of the great angels, a very lieutenant of the Argent Lord, showing up. You must know what that speaks to your importance to the god.
It seems unreal, but I was there.
That holy symbol that I gave you, that holy symbol, I knew it would forge a connection if you were worthy. I knew it would be proof to you. Let this quell the doubt in your heart. Let this quell that darkness. You will see that angel again. This is not the first time. He will guide you. Trust him. For he himself is the strong right arm of our Argent Lord. We'll see you through many dark places.
I think I finally see what you've been saying this whole time. It
Indeed.
was never about me being worthy. It was more about him choosing.
Oh, good. Well, good night. Get some rest, Brother Bertram. Your friend has a big day in the morning.
Thank you again for the shield and the mace and the wisdom.
And Bertram, if you get a chance, you should talk to Fiona before she leaves.
I don't
You know she's leaving.
I had heard, I didn't know it was this soon. I will. I should talk to her. I'll talk to her. I will.
Good. Be well, my son.
In the morning. Yeah. In the morning. Tomorrow. Good night, Father Gedwin.
Good night, brother. All right. Brother Bertram, you leave Father Gedwin's chambers. Is everyone heading to bed? Is there anything else the rest of you are doing this evening?
I head to bed. I go back outside, as is her usual, and sleep out there.
Okay.
Yeah, Venom will go bunk somewhere close to Clay.
Okay. Well, yeah, actually the men's bunks are all in there where Clay is resting. So you step in there and you just take an empty bunk across from his, and he's breathing pretty normally now. You're glad to see. He still hasn't woken up.
Would Arnold have come to by now?
Oh yeah, Arnold came to back at camp.
Okay.
So
okay.
he actually helped with the horses and everything.
Gotcha.
And he's around,
Yeah, I would just go and bed down for the night.
Okay, you go take a bed as well. You pass Venric and Clay and pick a bunk. What about you, Selvus?
Yeah, Selvus is going to bed too. He's pretty much, he's going to kind of deliberate with Frixus for a little bit before he goes to bed, but he'll be heading off to bed very shortly.
Right. And Frixus, you find, has had a little bit too much elven wine. For apparently after you all left, he talked Rend into sharing a couple more glasses with him. And as you guys are as you start to confer with me, he's like, I say, it has been a while since I've shared such delightful wine company. We should start a wine company. Selvus, my boy, I tell you, that was excellent. Just excellent. And that dwarf said he didn't care what that woman thought, and said I could drink as much as I wanted because elves are stupid and their wine is stupid. So, furthermore, let the record show that what were you saying?
I was saying we should get you off to bed. It's quite late.
Yes, your idea of a wine company is foolish anyways. Off to bed! And he clambers up into the bed and, is snoring away fairly soon.
No,
Elwyn, as you leave the temple...
Go
ahead.
That's not the butt of a joke. A dwarf and a dragon having a drink.
It's very true. No one knows what they talked about. The secrets were revealed. Elwyn, as you leave the temple, a figure approaches you from the shadows. You go for your blade at first, and then you realize it is the form of Zephyr, the wizard. She's kind of bundled up. She wears a heavy wool cloak over her flowing, whatever her garb is, but she's got that all buttoned up against the night's chill. She approaches you. She says, Elwyn, wasn't it?
It is, yes.
I was hoping I'd find you out there. We're camped just over there. And she points to a nearby, you see 2 tents over by a camp fire pretty close by. Look, I wanted to apologize. If I said something that I shouldn't have, I meant no harm.
It wasn't you. Just old wounds. Not of your making.
I see. Well, this is what's left of the bottle. Apparently your little dragon friend helped himself to some more, although I think Ren poured him a few glasses liberally. But please, just as a token, if you'll take it's about half the bottle's left.
Oh, I'm sure this cost you quite a bit. I couldn't.
No, please. Listen, you're a friend of Wolf's. I hope we can become friends. How
Thank
did
you.
Wolf seem to you, if I could ask? I didn't want to ask the others.
He seemed in good spirits. He hadn't quite found the orc he was looking for, but he seemed to think he was on the trail. He seemed well.
Good. Hoping we can close this business quickly with Scordag. It's nearing the end of the month, and well,
Have you been parted for long?
too long. Yes, too long. And well, the new moon is soon. She kind of mutters that last part to herself and shakes her head. Anyway, I'm off for bed. I think we're leaving in a day or two. I'm not really sure. But Aylwin, be well, and please enjoy the wine. And even Elwin, you have a half bottle of fine elven wine worth 25 gold.
Okay. And she'll go sit by Ruthane and just sip on it a little bit as she gets ready for bed.
And it does remind you of home. The stag. You notice that kind of just because they've allowed the stag and the warhorse haste, they've kind of bonded the two mounts, and between them they seem to be looking after this little pup that scampers around their feet all the time. And the stable boys are kind of enthralled with the whole scene. And as you kind of come walking out, you got this massive warhorse. They've given over like a whole double stall, and you just have Haste and Ruthane and the pup all in there together. And as you kind of enter, you hear one of the stable boys, "It's the darndest thing. It's like a traveling circus. It's crazy." And the pup kind of runs up to you, barks and yips, and Haste kind of gives a snort of approval as you show up, and Ruthane stamps his hoof, and it's quite comfortable out here with the hay and the animals to give you warmth, and they all kind of bed down. And in your way, you kind of laugh to yourself. For all Bertram's worries, you're probably safer out here than a lot of people indoors are, because again, you have this massive stag and warhorse, and you sip a little on the wine, thinking of home, and slip off to dreamland. All right. The night passes largely uneventfully. You dream. At first, all of you that are inside in nice, soft, warm beds, you find yourself, it's almost hard at first to sleep, but eventually you kind of snuggle in and get very comfortable and drift off. And before long, the dawn comes peeking its way through the windows.
I will
Get up.
get up early.
All
And
right.
as an elf, Aelwyn doesn't really know if Haste has a part to play in this, but if he does, she'll kind of shoo the stable boys away, and she brushes him and sort of gets him ready in case, because she's not really sure if Benric is going to need him or not.
Okay. All right, you kind of take care of him, and again, he's way quicker to allow you now at this point to come near him. He kind of, he's just very fierce, and even the stable boys are very careful around him.
I know.
Meanwhile-
Open at him soon, boy.
Meanwhile, back in the barracks, you guys start getting up, and as you're gearing up, Venric, you start putting on your armor, and you hear from across the aisle, "Sir Venric?" And you look to see Clay kind of sitting up in bed, blinking around. We're back here at the temple, sir."
Hey, my boy. Yes, and you are healing well.
"Yes, sir.
I'm proud of you, Clay. You fought valiantly.
Thank you, sir. I'm afraid I failed again. But I tried. I charged those orcs, sir. I did what I thought you would do. I thought I'd rather be dead than be a coward."
Well, there is honor in that, Clay, but, I'll teach you the arts of war. Charging isn't always the best plan, although many times it is. And I know that you fought for your friends in the group. And like I say, I am proud of you. You'll be out of this bed in just another day or two.
Yes, I will. You see a young acolyte come walking by. Is it true, Sir Venric? Are you to fight a duel this morning?
Venric will just look at the acolyte. Yes, it's true.
Wait,
And he'll
a
go back to
duel?
what is-
Clay starts to swing his leg over.
Clay.
He's like, "What are you taught? What duel, sir?
Clay, listen, Clay. You have to rest. You can't get out of bed yet. You have to rest.
Who are you dueling?"
Sir Emran Drayton. He challenged me last night for his family's honor. I have to meet him at dawn. I tried to talk him out of it. This is foolish, but he insisted. You know our code. We can't turn it down. So I have to meet him.
I'm your squire. I have to be there, sir.
Clay, you have to rest. That is an order. I will come back. I will come back and tell you how it went. And just as soon as you're better, we'll get back to your training.
Yes, sir.
You could have died back there, and I'm glad that you didn't. But another day or two of rest, it's no time, Clay. It's no time at all. And like I say, as soon as I'm done with this duel, I'll come back and tell you how it went. And in just another day or two, we'll be back to training. It'll be all right.
Very well, sir.
I'll come back for you, Clay.
Good luck out there.
Thank you. Venric will finish stretching, and then he'll gear up.
All right.
As Venric is kind of doing his kind of stretching and starting to gear up a little bit, Selvus will kind of find his way over to him early on in the day. Sir Venric, if I might have a moment of your time.
Yes, Selvus.
And he'll kind of look around kind of at the rest of the others. I would ask a simple question. How dedicated are you to trying to save this man's life from his own stupidity?
Well, I don't intend to kill him. I'll incapacitate him if it's at all possible. I have no intentions of killing this young knight.
Very well. The only reason I ask is that on the off chance as the duel is concluding and as you have already won and shown your dominance, if this man were to show that he was going to push on until forced the subject, as it were, seemed like he was going to go that direction. I do have a spell I could cast from the side. It might seem dishonorable to you, but it might save you from having to kill the man. If
Selvus, I like where your head is at trying to spare this man, but it would be a dishonorable thing, and I can't have you take part in this. But what I plan, yes, I appreciate it. But I plan to.
As I say, such is the way of knights and their honor duels. I simply ask. It's not something to boost or boon or anything like that. It's simply to perhaps change wills. But in that regard, I will leave that to you. Good night. And Selvus will stay more or less away from this whole thing. He'll kind of stay on the outskirts, but he will stay away. He'll kind of not be, right up in, he doesn't want to really watch the whole thing happen.
I
Bertram
appreciate
will
it.
go
Selvus.
with you.
Yes, Bertram, and just so you know, I plan on disarming him, and if I have to knock him unconscious, I will. But I'll only kill him if I absolutely have to. But I don't believe that that'll be the case.
Do as you will, Velric. We've killed plenty of people for various different reasons. He's asking for it.
I know you are honorable, and whatever happens, I believe you do the right thing. You have my complete trust.
Thank you, my friends. And at that, Venric will finish putting on his gear, and he'll head to the meeting spot.
All right. As the rest of you are heading out, before the door closes to the barracks, you hear the draconian voice of Rick says, "Shut out that light!" And you hear Clay, "That's the sun, Vrixis!" And the door kind of shuts as you guys make your way out, chuckling despite the seriousness of the situation. Let me set a
Drunken
scene.
dragon wine.
And was I right in assuming that Clay is not really able to get up? And I mean, obviously, he's not going to be able to help do anything, but he probably can't even get far from his bed right now, right?
Not without help.
Yeah.
All right. As you make your way outside, so this is show you the. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. On the map, you can see there the little, just to the south of the temple, where there's the little square around the fountain, which is this. As you make your way, Sir Venric, you can see standing near the fountain, waiting rather impatiently, is the figure of Sir Emran Drayton, with his man-at-arms and second. Making your way out there, we have Sir Venric. You also see, not too far away, is Rend. And nearby, watching along, is the figure of Zephyr. Ren kind of looks over as you and Brother Bertram come walking up. Wizard, you said you're not coming all the way out here?
Yeah, he's kind of, he's going to stand around kind of within earshot where he can hear the way the cheers are going, but he's not going to stand around to watch it.
Okay. Elwyn, you were still down at the stables then?
She would have come up. She wasn't sure if this was jousting or exactly how this works, but once she would have talked to somebody to see if haste was needed, and if he wasn't, which he's not, she would have come up.
Okay. So Elwyn, you make your way over there. Then let me see if I can give you action game.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Peanuts. Cracker Jacks.
As you guys can see, there are a lot of people out here that have turned out, and there's a healthy betting underway as well. People are kind of murmuring amongst themselves. As you show up, Sir Venric, you see the form of the young knight, Sir Emran Drayton, turn. Well, it took you long enough. I didn't think you had the guts to show. You see his man-at-arms kind of steps forward and murmurs something in his ear, but he shrugs it off. All right. And as you guys are right, you think he's going to just snatch a weapon out and literally come rushing at you. And all of a sudden you see the tall, rather imposing form of Father Gedwin come walking out as well, his maul in his hands. And he's got full armor on. He walks out amongst the fray and stands kind of between you both. And as he does, he looks back and forth between the two of you. He looks over to Sir Emran. Your mind's made up then. You mean to duel Sir Venric over this matter? Sir Emran kind of nods. It's true, Father Gedwin. My honor must be avenged. He shakes his head, Gedwin does, and looks over. Venric, you've accepted this challenge?
I have.
The light of the Argent Lord then judged this matter. What are the terms of this duel, Sir Emran? Emran looks over, grits his teeth, and spits. To the death. And you see a wave ripple through the crowd. Oh, to death, he said. Can you believe it? And you see the man-at-arms kind of step forward then and kind of just urgently talking in the ear of the young knight. Sir, please. No. It's him or me. One of us isn't going to live to see another sunrise. One of us isn't going to live to see the sun set this day. And with that, he just rips his blade out. Shing! Father Gedwin steps back. Seconds are not to approach any closer. You see his squire step back as Emran prepares himself. Rend also steps back. Gedwin, you know you can go no closer. As the field is set, and Emran faces off with Sir Venric.
Venric will draw his blade and meet him in the middle.
All right. You guys begin to step towards each other, and the last few steps, you begin to rush toward each other. And we're going to go to initiative.
Here we go,
ready
guys.
for this?
Here we go! Get him, Venric!
Better view here.
No bleeding in the blessed font.
Action game. So let me see if I can get... This is going to be crazy if I do too much of this.
I bet you she's betting on the fight.
All right. As we face off, what's going through Venric's mind right now?
Just thinking to himself, this poor, stupid young knight. Nobody has to die here. What is this even for? But he's not doubting himself at all. Venric has seen enough battles to where he's not even nervous.
Very well. What is Brother Bertram thinking?
Brother Bertram sees this as youthful folly, but perhaps it needs to run its course so that a lesson might be learned. I know I had to learn one.
What is Celibus thinking on looking from the sidelines?
Celibus is actually going over how monarchical systems got set up and noble houses were originally set up in the current kingdom of Cerulia, and therefore the latter century, kind of going back through the history of like how honor and amongst houses. He's kind of in the mindset of knights and dueling and stuff like that, but he's kind of thinking over like the long spanning history of these houses, why honor matters, and all these kind of sorts of broad scope concepts.
Excellent. What of Aelwyn? What is her thoughts as this duel is joined?
She is concerned. She thought this would maybe go to first blood or, till one is bested. And when he said to the death, she's pretty surprised that's just okay. So she's just watching concerned.
All right. We have 3 cards in here, including the wild card. Tell me when to stop. Venric, you tell me. Sir Venric.
All right. I'm going to slide 5 feet up, and I'm going to lash out with the true steel.
Quick on a
Venric
draw.
rushes forward boldly.
That is an 18.
Good God.
Oh, dear Lord. That is a hit, sir.
Foolish boy. He's level 2, stupid.
That is for 6 points of damage in the torso.
All right. You lash out with your blade, and you go, as you swing in from the side, he mistimes your strike, and his shield, he thought he had a shield in the right spot, but you dip under and just crunch into his torso. You're pretty sure you might have cracked his ribs. You hit so hard, several chain links break, and you feel a little bit of blood staining his tabard as he gasps and steps. He steps back a pace or two, and he's like, "Curse you! Curse you!" And it is Emran. He lashes out with his own blade. "I'll see you dead, True Steel. You're the reason my brother's dead." Oh! Dirty 20.
Oh, yeah, that's a hit.
He lunges forward for 4 points of damage in the right leg. He doesn't break your armor holds, but he does kind of hit it so hard that something in your knee kind of cracks as he just slams into it. I mean, it's a hard hit. This young man can fight. And for the nature of this, we're going to just drag this out because it's fun. As Venric, you feel this strike. What are you thinking?
Venric is surprised. This boy can fight. Or young man, he can fight.
Celibus, are you still lost in the ancient treaties?
Kind of as the clanging begins, Celibus is kind of looking over, and he's kind of drawn somewhat interest, in this, and he actually begins kind of sketching out, just kind of a rough, quick sketch of the two of these, sword fighters dueling the best that he can get on a, quick sketch.
Excellent. Brother Bertram, what are your thoughts?
Brother Bertram, when he seen Sir Venric hit him, was like, obviously. And then when he's seen Venric get hit, he's restraining himself from rushing forward to heal him.
What is Aelwyn's thoughts at this point?
She is just watching them trade blows and just cringing every time with something that would have probably snapped her leg hit the other one, just wanting this to be over.
All right. Venric, say when.
When?
The next fastest is Sir Venric. Wild card favors you, my lord.
Venric will take a swing. As he does, he'll say, "Emran, you don't have to die today, boy. I didn't get your brother killed." Nope, that's a 7.
Oh! And Emran, as Venric slashes in, and it's almost like, Venric, you realize you really don't want to hurt this kid, and it's kind of like causing you to telegraph a bit, and as you're talking a little bit more than you should be fighting, you need to end it, but as you say this, he like catches your blade on his shield, and he really in his mind thinks he's just like, he's got your measure now. He's like, "No, I don't have to die, but you do, True Steel." And he hits a 15.
That's a miss.
And you kind of contemptuously bat his sword away. You just catch it on your sword, not even your shield, and the sparks from the True Steel hitting his inferior blade kind of, and it like nicks his blade just a little bit. And you feel the sword isn't glowing right now. It's still functioning normally, but it's not giving off that white light, as though your ancestors find this not dishonorable, but just sad. You get a sense of sadness from the blade. Celibus, what is Celibus's thoughts?
Now that he's kind of watching a little bit more, a little bit more closely, Celibus is kind of noting, he can't help but notice how much more graceful these knights are, even in their full armor and everything like that. He kind of can't help but notice how graceful they are when, with their footwork and even just the way that their, the placement and their movement is. He's kind of drawn into the trance or the dance, you will, almost of steel a little bit, while he's kind of watching all of this.
What about Bertram? Any other thoughts that he's having?
Bertram is just thinking, how much stronger would these two be if this foolish notion in this boy's mind could be altered? If they fought together, they could accomplish much. But it's like almost cancerous.
Aylwin.
She's just praying for it to end, for this to not go badly, and she's watching for any signs of like treachery or anything like that from like the knight's second. But
you see, as you look over at him, not treachery, but he's almost openly weeping. He seems so distraught with this whole thing. He doesn't seem like angry or glaring at Venric or anything like that. He just seems beside himself by the whole matter. All right, Venric, call it.
No.
Sir Emran. He seizes the initiative and steps to the side, thinking to catch you off guard. As he does, he sees that you kind of turn, it doesn't, the ruse doesn't catch you, but he swings, only hitting an 11. Venric.
Venric will slide 5 feet to his left, like away from the fountain, meet him.
Like that? Or?
Other side, sorry.
Other side, gotcha.
Yeah. And he'll take a swing. That is an 8. Man.
That is a miss. The tempo kicks up, each of you thinking your own thoughts. But these warriors begin to move quicker and quicker, speeding up, twisting, turning, their blades flashing like lightning in a night sky. Call it, Venric.
No.
Sir Venric seizes the initiative.
He'll swing. Ooh, that is a 22.
That, my friend, is a hit.
That is for 6 points of damage in his left arm.
You chop into his shield with such force, Venric, that you cleave it asunder. And as your sword goes right through the shield and chunks into his upper bicep and shoulder, and the young knight, he's kind of, he falls backward in pain, and the blood just gushes. You see his second rush forward, dropping his spear and shield with a clatter. Mercy, mercy, my lord! As he does so, the young knight passes out, and Venric turns victorious.
Yeah, Venric he'll wipe the blood from his sword, and he'll sheath his weapon. See that this man is all right. I don't want to kill him.
Bertram will rush forward and use healing hands on the young fool.
As you do, Gedwin says, "Stay thy hand, Bertram."
I do.
And as you kind of look over, maybe with a little bit of bewilderment in your face, Gedwin walks forward as Bertram steps back. He looks at the assembled, those who have watched this, and he says, "Let him bear the stain of this upon him. He will heal here in the temple normally. Bind his wounds." And you see the man-at-arms is already, putting a poultice around him. But he will not receive the divine healing of the Argent Lord this day. He must learn, Bertram. So must we all. This matter is concluded. Let it be thought of or pursued no further. And with this, he kind of looks down at the kneeling man-at-arms who's tending to his fallen lord's wounds, and he says, Aye, sir. Yes, sir." And with that, Gedwin kind of walks away.
Venric won't say much, but he will look at the young knight's man-at-arms. Who is Emran's brother?
And as he kind of finishes patching him up, he for a long moment he doesn't answer, and then he kind of, now that he's sure the young knight's wounds are healed, well, sir, his brother was Sir Corbin Drayton. He was a member of Griffin Company, and you have a memory. You get a little bit of a memory of a brother, maybe looks similar to young Emran, but Corbin was not quite as tall, maybe a little broader at the shoulder, and wore a beard, a goatee actually, a little bit old, maybe 8 years older, probably just enough older to where the younger brother hero worshipped him. He says, "Sir, I thank you. I hope you. I thank you for your mercy, and I hope you understand, young Emran. He's a good lad. His father always favored Corbin, and when Corbin didn't come back, he just filled the lad's ears with tales of vengeance, and I knew this would lead to foolishness, and were you not as honorable a knight as you are, it would have been much worse. And well, I owe you one, sir, and so does young Master Drayton, whether he knows it or not."
Perhaps Sir Drayton will listen to you next time, and if he does, tell him that his brother wasn't the only man that died that day. He wasn't the only knight that died that day. My own, the one that I squired for, Sir Tenyon, he died that day as well. Part of our company never showed up. Part of our company never showed up to face Vost. I had to charge. Our lines were being broken anyways.
I knew Sir Tenyon, sir. I knew him when I served Sir Corbin. I was at the Battle of Calford. Well, I'd been injured 2 days prior to the bridge. I was Corbin's squire before I was Emran's, you see. He spoke very highly of you. And again, you have a vague memory of Corbin. He was an honorable knight. You didn't know him like all that well. I told the young master this was foolishness. But again, sir, you are an honorable man, and a lord, and I thank you. I thank you so much. And he kind of kneels down. You can see that a couple acolytes are coming over with a stretcher, and I'll take no more of your time. He gets up and bows very low and very deep to you, Venric.
Venric will just nod. He doesn't say another word.
And they take the young knight away into the temple, his squire, man-at-arms, following as well. Meanwhile, Ren kind of nods at you. "It was well done. Could have finished him, I think, a bit earlier, but I see mercy is lodged in your heart. It was well done. Good fight."
Thank you, Ren.
True.
And you see Zephyr. She's like, Sir Venric, I think you might be handsomer than him anyhow. And she kind of turns and flounces away as well. The people are starting to leave. And soon it's just the group. And as you turn, Venric, you see that young Squire Clay had pilfered some crutches and come to watch the whole thing. He's very pale as he looks upon you, but his smile is broad. "I knew it. I knew. No one can defeat you, sir."
But hey, tell that to the ogres back on the trail. Oh, my boy, what are you doing out of bed?
I'm sorry, sir. I don't mean to disobey, but I couldn't just lay there. And Vrix just told me to quit whining and pointed out some crutches, and I went and got them. And I'm sorry. I'll go back to bed immediately, sir.
Let's go have a breakfast first, Clay. You've earned
Really?
it. Yeah.
Yes, sir. And he starts crutching his way back. And then, he's kind of muttering to you about the different. I saw that pivot that he tried, but it was no match for you, sir. And I knew that you would. And they kind of go walking away. What is Selvus going to do?
Silvis will head back inside, kind of just with the group. But he'll meet back up with Brixus.
Okay. What is Bertram about?
Bertram's going to go and try and heal Sir Venric. And then join them for breakfast.
Sorry about
Bertram. Thank you, Bertram.
Yes. 4 hit points back.
Back to full. That's exactly how much you hit me for, brother.
I was counting.
What is Aelwyn doing?
She'll go into breakfast as well.
Yeah, we've got business to do.
Oh yeah, I'd forgotten all about everything else.
We did part of it already. We talked to Father Gedwin. I'd like to buy some armor. We're going to talk about hiring some people, resupplying, yada, yada, yada.
You guys make your way back into the temple. You find yourself, some food, some breakfast. Feels pretty good. Venric, quite a few people clap your shoulder or shake your hand as it was well fought. And several of them are like, Venric the Merciful, as you kind of make your way into the dining hall. And it's a pretty cheerful mood.
He doesn't seem too proud of this. He wishes that it didn't have to go down. He's he accepts the accolades or whatever, but he just kind of the most he'll do is smile and nod. And he just kind of tries to keep a low profile about the whole thing.
Have you done this many times before?
Actually, yes. I've fought many a duel and jousted in tournaments. And it's funny, when I was younger, it was all I wanted to do was prove my mettle. But I've seen real war since then. I've seen real battle since then, and I'm not saying that knights shouldn't be able to challenge each other over the right causes, but I just can't help but feel bad for the poor lad. He's a good swordsman. He could grow to be great, but he's just misled, and I couldn't get through to him. I wish I could have, but at least no one had to die.
Sounds like his father failed him to me.
Yeah, perhaps.
Well, maybe
Perhaps.
this will get through him. After all, he'll live to fight another day.
As do many. Unfortunately, the world is filled with, orphans and worse.
But pain makes the brain function.
Well, he'll have a long recovery to think about it. I don't know. Hopefully he doesn't pursue this foolish tale of vengeance anymore. It's for nothing. Like I said, his brother wasn't the only good knight that died that day.
Well, if he does, if I'm being honest, I can't see how he would go about doing it honorably. If he did, he's already gone about that path, and you've defeated him in an honorable duel. So the unfortunate truth is, if he does do anything else about this, it's not going to be from a knightly perspective, I fear.
True. I suppose that could make him an oathbreaker. But those are problems for another day.
Brother Bertram will draw aside and go try and find Sister Fiona.
Ooh.
No, he doesn't look at anybody. He just says something like, I gotta go see a... I gotta go.
But his face is like a tomato, so it's not hard to tell.
Well, he's bald, so there's not much...
Yeah.
Bertram, where are you going, my friend?
Oh, I left something back, and it's over here. I say I'll catch up with you in a minute.
No, but specifically where? And
Shut up.
but Vendrick does say that. He's got a good sense of humor. And he'll just wave at him, shake his head.
Vendrick, Bertram, as you kind of make your way out, you kind of look around. It takes you a moment, but you make your way over to the library where you know Fiona is often to be found. And it seems like she's perusing the books. She's got a short stack of treatise on the table there. And as you enter, she kind of glances around at you. Good morning.
Fiona! I'm sorry I missed your preaching, your sermon. I shouldn't have. I heard you did good, though.
Oh, you heard, did you? Well, good. I'm glad. And then she kind of, after a moment, she's like, Bertram, are you cross because I filled the pulpit first?
No, not at all. I see. No. I don't have any problem. You speak better than I do. I don't have a problem with that. I wasn't not there because I was upset. I didn't know you were preaching that night. I would have made it a point to be there if I had known. But no, it had nothing to do with that.
Well, I suppose I could have told you. It just seemed like bragging or something. I'm sorry.
No, it's a big deal. I'm happy for you. It's a big accomplishment. Father Gedwin does not lightly share the pulpit. For him to let you go, that good job.
No, if he doesn't.
I would have not. I don't know what I would say if I had gotten. Yeah, I'm not. I do things more than I talk about the things that I do.
That's okay, Bertram. I understand. I think. Well, you're out in the field so much, and sometimes I guess I'm a little envious.
Really?
Well, yes. There's so many things that I have to do here. It's why I'm so excited about this Goodwill tour, or tour is the wrong word. Mission that I'm going on.
Yes.
Well, I get to go home to Reuven,
That's good.
see my parents, and then on to some of the other settlements. It's exciting. I'm going to be,
There's folks going with you, right? You're not going by yourself.
Oh no, there are knights that are going with me.
Good.
And we're of course we're going to Reuven and then Brookdale and then Riverwatch. And I'm going to. Well, one of the things I'll be doing is some more preaching, of course, and then also tending to the needs of people and drawing people to the worship of the Argent Lord. Hopefully, I wanted to go to Southcote, but
no, don't go there. Bad stuff about Southcote.
That's exactly what he said. Of course,
yeah.
That's exactly what he said.
But you'll go and you'll spread the light, and I believe many will follow.
Well, thank you. I'm glad, Bertram. I thought, well, as I said, I thought you were angry or cross or.
No, not at all. You're a good kid, and I think you're doing good. And no, I wasn't angry.
She kind of bristles. She's like, I'm 3 years younger than you, Bertram. I'm not a child.
Well, do you remember, though, that time that you got caught stealing the cakes out of the pantry?
I wasn't stealing. I was getting extra. She kind of blushes a bit. Yes. Well,
they did taste good. I'll say that. But
that woman, Aylwin, is she a friend?
Yeah, she's part of the party I'm with.
Oh, well, good. She seems nice.
She is nice. Well, hold on. She's kind of prickly, actually, at first, but she's not like. Well, she's half elf, And they are different people. They're like, I think they think they're better than us, honestly. Which,
She's very beautiful, mysterious.
she has pointy ears. Don't tell her I said that. They come to points. Anyways.
I won't say a word, Bertram. And she kind of smiles at you then, and I've got to be getting ready. She gathers her books and stops close to you as she's heading toward the door, and looks like she wants to say something, but then she just quickly pats your big broad shoulder. Take care of yourself, Bertram.
Yeah, and you too. Go get spread the word. They'll go with you, and he'll just walk out.
And as she's heading for the door, he just gets flustered and cuts her off and walks in front of her and walks out the door first. And you can hear her kind of chuckling behind you as your cheeks are kind of burning red as you walk away.
Yeah, Bertram just nervous farts out of there or something.
All right. Bertram leaves. You guys were finishing your breakfast. What are the rest of you going to be doing?
Well, Sylvis can divvy up, since now that all that other kind of more important business is happening, Sylvis will kind of spend the morning, little rest of the morning divvying up the loot. Not the stuff that they've sold, but just the gold at this point that everybody's getting.
I was going to say, to sell, you'll have to go to... Yeah, Oh, you're saying just the coin right now, right?
Yeah, just the coin at this point, and then I figure we'll sell when we have time, because I know some of the stuff had to be gone over, and some of it wasn't going to be stuff that we could sell here. So
well, some will. That's what. Let me. Sullivan, there's a place known as Beginnings here, and on the map, it is. Let's see here. It is number 5 on the map, the northernmost building. And you've been there before. It's run by the Brighthearth family. And they are actually a halfling family who runs the shop. The temple welcomed them years ago as they provide a needed service. And Hugo and Anna Brighthearth are raising their 3 children who they're training to take over the family business one day. And you know that things can be bought and sold there.
Okay. Well, I guess Sylvis will get his rear end over there and start looking what he can sell to them. See what their limits are.
The gold piece limit is they can buy anything up to 500 gold, or a total of up to 750 gold.
Okay.
At any one given time.
Okay. So that works, because we have a couple of items that are at that 500 gold, and we're actually gonna we'll sell a chunk of stuff to them. At this point, we'll sell as much as we can, 750 gold piece limit, but that's going to be how much we can sell at this point, just of assorted gems and jewelry that is less expensive, because we still have a couple of pieces that we're gonna have to find a collector for.
You were made to be the party bag guy, Ben.
Natural accountant, dude.
I'm saying.
So, I will begin shuffling rings, amulets, jewels, and things like that onto their counter for their appraisal.
All right. And barring, unless you want to haggle, they're willing to.
But yeah, he's just this, because these are kind of the more standard items, like regular gems and an onyx for 100 gold, a moonstone for 50 gold, that sort of stuff. So he'll just try to go with the regular price on all this stuff.
Okay, and they're well able to do that. You notice that Hugo, he kind of sees to the upkeep and the moving things around but his wife Anna, she more or less is the shrewd bargainer, negotiator, and she goes through everything. You guys agreeing on prices, and as you're starting to get more and more stuff, she's like, well, Seeker, we're running on to our limit here. In a couple weeks, we should be able to buy more. But for some of this, you're going to want to go on to a larger settlement.
I figured as much for some of this. Unfortunately, I figured that was going to be the case, but I did want to get some of this out of our accent pouches.
Yes, I'd say Brookdale would be your best bet. Reuven's a small village. Brookdale's, it's only about 15 miles away if you follow the North Road down to Castle Road. I mean, of course, Softcoat, you could buy or sell anything there, but that place is dangerous. I don't recommend it. But then again, you're a seeker, so you've probably already been there and seen it, seen everything. I'm no doubt you've seen much more of the world than me. But as I say, in a couple of weeks, we could take more of this off your hands. But this is unfortunately the limit that I can do today.
Understood, and I appreciate the business, and I believe that will be all I need for the time being.
All right. Fare thee well.
And Silvis will get all of his. He will get the 750 gold that he will of stuff that he was able to sell from them, and he will go back to split up all of the loot.
All right. You make your way back. And by this time, no doubt, Brother Bertram has returned. Where are you guys meeting back up at? I mean, breakfast is done.
I may back up in the breakfast or the feasting hall, just waiting for everybody.
Wait for him there. Okay.
When Celibus was gone, Venric probably would have taken Clay down to the stable to go see Haste for just a short visit.
Oh, and yeah, and his puppy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Haste is kind of excited. He goes down with you to see the puppy, Clay is very excited, and then Haste is excited to see him, as is Reuven, strangely enough. And as you guys are walking down there, he's like, I've been thinking of names, like all kinds of names for the pup. I mean, what do you think of Thunder, or maybe even Lightning, or throat strangle? No, that's dumb. Death Fang. I don't know. I gotta okay. Or yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure. But boy, you think he remembers me? And you guys. Sorry, go ahead.
He definitely remembers you, Clay.
And as you guys kind of go, you get down there, and sure enough, the puppy runs out and runs up to Clay and's licking his face and doing all this stuff. And he's like, Clay's like, I sure wish I could just sleep out here with you. You think they'd let me take him in the temple, sir?
I don't believe they let dogs in the temple, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah, probably not. Well, shoot, maybe we could just pitch a tent and I could just sleep out, tonight outside. Or what are we doing, sir? Are we going back soon? Or I think I'm good.
Well, you will be by the time we leave. I'm sure we'll be leaving tomorrow or the next day. All we're doing is resupplying at this point. We've taken care of all the other business. We just need to get rations and equipment and possibly see about hiring some guards for the camp. I believe Brother Bertram's going to see to that. But yeah, we'll be out of here in another day or two. And by that time, you'll be able to walk, Clay.
Can't wait, sir.
Yeah. We're going to take use of the barracks, though, while we're here. We're going to sleep in those mattresses.
Yes, sir. Well, of course.
I have plenty of time for sleeping out under the stars soon, my boy.
Well, can I just stay out here with my pup for a while you talk to the rest of them?
Yeah, don't go anywhere, though, Clay. I'll come back for you. If you go anywhere, come back to the temple, okay?
I'll be right here. And again, you're leaving Haste alongside this massive war horse and this huge war elk, and he's pretty safe. You make your way back in, and you guys all gather back in to the feast hall.
And Silva's kind of bringing it back, and he's bringing in several large sacks. And he kind of, as everybody's coming around, he kind of doles out, this is for each of you. We still have more to sell. By the way, we still have nearly, we have about 1,800 gold pieces worth of jewelry and gems to still sell, but they hit their limit. So this is what we can do for now. So, for everyone, we have 12 platinum, 650 gold pieces.
That's per person?
Yep.
Oh,
Whoa.
correct.
725 silver pieces, and 334 copper.
Nice. Okay. Well, one thing I want to buy. Go ahead.
As you guys, one of the things as you guys, as Sullivan is kind of setting all of this out, you see he sets like the 3 bags that you guys have in front of you, and then he has 2 smaller bags that you see he actually kind of has like he has one that looks like maybe he has his coin in, and then he actually has another pouch that you see kind of gets set off to the side.
Bricks to say.
Every horde has
Dragons.
to start somewhere, huh?
Dragons require their hoard.
Indeed.
If we're gonna hire folks, I think maybe we should buy a lockable chest that we can keep our treasure in, just to keep it out of sight in their camp.
Do you
I
know
mean-
anyone to hire? Like, are there people just lounging around waiting to?
Well, we can
I-
ask around, but Venric, your reputation might aid us in gathering some.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it, Bertram. I think it's a good idea, and we should try. But I just know that the lands are short on manpower because of the wars, so there might be slim picking, if any. We should
See
ask
if
around.
Emran wants to hire on.
You know,
Swordfield Day!
if
Another
you was so
option,
Go ahead.
just as a thought, another option would be, if we wanted to, for the time being, if we didn't want to carry around all this extra loot and whatnot, we could see if Father Gedwin would allow us, perhaps, if we bought a locked storage box or something along the like that we could keep in the temple somewhere. That's maybe another option.
Well, even as we go out and gather more, we have others in the camp, out of sight, out of mind. Just a thought. But one thing that I would like to
need more.
purchase is some plate armor, and I think that might take a little bit of time to get made. So that's one of the first things I want to try and see, that we can get that process going while we're in town.
I like it. Plate armor for our cleric. I almost called you a paladin.
Are we all going to go together to do these things, or are we splitting up? No, we discussed going together, but I don't know. We've kind of split up a little bit already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down to see the blacksmith. I haven't seen any
Okay.
of much of the place, so
That's where I would like to go.
And with that, we'll call it a session.
All right. What a session.